Hey everybody, Daniel Baker here. Welcome to another episode of The Bake Show. This morning, I just want to touch on some things. I hope it's some encouragement to the Christian world and as well as the communities that are out there that are non-believers, thinking that Christians are taking too big of a stand or we're in too big of a hurry or anything like that. I want to remind Christians to take a step back, slow down, and allow God to work in this. I think there are many Christians and churches out there that are saying, reopen now. This is America and we want to open. We have a right to congregate. You're right. The Constitution absolutely dictates that we have the right to congregate. But I also want you to remember that we are called as Christians to be different. We live in exile. We are foreigners to this land. Yes, we are American. But we have brothers and sisters across the world that are being persecuted every single day for their Christian faith. Why? They're not fighting the government, but yet they are still meeting. Do you see there's a different way of doing things without having to rebel and go against? If you remember Jesus' teaching, you would remember that when he was with the apostles, he didn't cause disruption. He didn't cause and go out and try to rebel against the authorities. No, he shared the gospel. He shared the gospel. That's what we're called to do. I've gone through the entire book of Acts and nowhere in there do I see they were fighting back against the leadership of the countries. No, they were going through sharing the gospel with people and loving on people, taking care of each other as they shared their possessions. They were going around praying over people and healing and coming together and praying together. So why are we getting ready to sue? Why are we going to sue the government? I was this close to suing the government. And then I had to take a step back and go, wait a minute. What are we really doing? Who are we supposed to send a message to? As believers, our job is the mission that was given to us at hand. The mission that is given to us is to go into all the land, sharing the gospel, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to obey Christ. So why is it we're more focused on rebellion? If we rebel, how are we going to bring non-believers in our communities to Christ? Instead, we need to be a part of the community. The church is here to comfort the community, not to just fight back. I know that our liberties are being tested, but there's another way to get even with our liberties and to make sure our liberties are still going to be free. I think we need to tread lightly here. Of course, that's my opinion. I'm trying to take a biblical stance for Christ, for our congregation, and the non-believers. We want non-believers to know who Jesus is. We are patient people. We need to act like we're a patient people. We can still congregate. It isn't the same before. That's okay. It's coming around. Trust me, we're not going to let people walk on us. If they told us to close our doors, to simply close our doors, then I suggest we still meet. But because there are people getting sick, and yeah, it's at a much smaller rate than we were originally told, I see. But that doesn't take away the fact that there are people still worried out there. They're still scared about what we're doing. They're watching us like a hawk. And I think that if we can come together, not in fear, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. But let me tell you, I'm more worried about the mission failing than I am whether or not we get to open the church building. We have a lot of people out there crying for our liberties to come back as the church, wanting our doors to be open again so we can congregate. My question to you is, as you're fighting so hard to open the doors of the church building again, let me ask, who have you fought for to bring to Christ in the last year? Who have you brought to Christ in the last year? You don't need a building to bring people to Christ. Don't forget the mission that was given to all of us from Christ. The buildings are nice. The fellowship is nice. I look forward to them opening again. But don't forget the mission to rescue those who are not saved. That's all I have. That's my rant in all of this. Don't fear. Don't be afraid. Go with boldness, but go with love and wisdom. Take a step back and pray. What would God want you to do right now? He would want you to tell the non-believers about Jesus. That's what He would want from you. Not to go sue the governor, not to sue the state or the federal government. Who are we and how are we different than the rest of the world? Please ponder that. Please think about that. I love you guys. My name's Daniel, and that is The Bake Show. If you like this video, please click subscribe down below and like, and definitely share it. Let's get the word out. Let's be praying for each other. Let's be praying for the non-believers to come to Christ as we await for the buildings to be open again. Anyway, I love you guys. God bless.